Hello guys, here's Mark from the RCalsace in France, and today we're gonna speak a word about the latest charger from GenSace, the Imars dual charger. First of all, I have now a microphone here. That's the fancy thing I have here on my collar, and I have here a new phone for make you better films in the workshop. Outside I'm still gonna use my GoPro 8. Here we have this tiny little box. This tiny little box is a charger and supply stuff for the charger. So that means the charger is really small. It's still, however, a dual charger, and it has some few upgrades who are really cool. First of all, you can use this charger from 100 to 230 volts AC. It means in any country. You can use DC supply from 7 to 24 volts. That's also nice because you can use adapter unit to put all 12, 50, 20 volts. You can put it on a car battery or even on a bigger, on a truck battery or something with 24 volts. That's really nice. You can add a discharger, a resistor to discharge your battery up to 50 amps. So in this case not up but down with 50 amps. You can use each side, A or B, for be used as a power supply. You can set from 7 to 24 volts and 50 amps output. So you can use a solder iron, you can use tire warmers, you can use even something for heat, a little bit water for your tea or your hot dog. You even have a USB port who pulls out 5 volts, 2 amps for charging your cell phone, your tablets, or whatever you need to charge with this kind of device. You can also link A and B together to pull out, but take care, you need an external power supply to do that, to pull out up to 24 amps load capacity. So many of you are gonna say, oh, 24 amps, that's really heavy for loading a battery. It means 9000 milliamp battery at 3C. But why did they do that? Not for that, but because they also do, by GenSace, battery you can use as power supply. You have big power banks with 10, 20, 40,000 milliamps you can carry with you on a track, on the field, to use for wherever you want. And with such kind of battery you can use such kind of charger to charge smaller battery. But when you're at home, you need to recharge your big battery pack, and you're not going to load 10 or 20 hours this battery pack. So that's why you can put more power on there with a combination of A and B ports. So enough talking, let's go to the charger. The box is like anytime a square, and in there you have a little manual. But this charger is so easy to use, I even not read it. But read it, don't do like I. That's not the best example. In there you have English, German and Chinese explication for how it works. It's easy make with some little screenshots, and you have all details in how to go from one to the other and each things to go wherever you want for using your charger. It's not a touch screen. That's also a choice because personally I'm not a big fan from touchscreen, especially not in a workshop when you're outside, have some grease on the finger or some stuff, and here we have just some knobs, and I really prefer it. It's for me faster, usefuler, and this is what you get. This tiny little box here, AC input, USB output, DC input with XT60, high rated venting system. I test it. I put here a big battery in it, put the full power on the charger, and it was still less noisy as what I have here usually as chargers. For me, it's not a point, but many people ask me last time I unboxed a charger, how noisy is that fan? And I understand that because many people has not a workshop but has the charger in their room, so it's really not nice when it's always on roaring. This is not super quiet, but it's way quieter as what I have here. I don't have by any device to check how many he pulls out, but it's really not. Yes, you heard many times my charger running while I make the videos, and next time I will do a video, I will let this run, so it will better show the difference. I'm gonna plug power on it to show you it, guys. It's maybe the simplest way to do it. In front you have two outputs. Also in XT60 you have here the balancer plugs up to 6S. What I miss here is that they not give you some little plates to put on. I personally use such big plates. With many charger you become a smaller plate here to use, so you just can plug directly your battery in the plate, not anytime here on the pins and risk to bend something here. Why did I not provide that with? Because we have many different types of balancer plugs. Of course, from here in Europe the most are GST, but many other countries use other systems, so I fully understand that you have to provide your own depending on what you want to do. If you want just to plug one battery, or like I put some parallel boards on each side, that's depending on you. But what's cool is that they provide many other stuffs for charging the battery, and this is included with the price. Many new charger has no more charging plugs or something with. You get two EC5, also usable with EC5. You get two EC3 and two Dean's T-plug. For me, this is a type of connector used to disappear. I really prefer the round ones because a bullet connector never has false contact. This one can have, not on charging but on a car. But Dean T-plug are really common. That's why they choose to do that. The funny thing is that you not have XT90. You have XT60 one side, but no XT90, and you clearly no have XT60 because you can pull directly XT60 in the charger. That's why. So, but this is really cool. You get the USB wire to load your device, or go on PC with that to make an update on the firmware in any case you need it. So then the charger has some other fancy stuff. He can he can make from himself a diagnosis. That means he can check itself if he has any problem on any output or something going wrong. Just a moment, I am on the way to get here some power. So, oh, what I also want to hear from you guys is how is the picture here, because I have here just my phone in front of me. On the phone, the image is nice, but I don't know what happens with the focus, or even what's happened with the lights. So I come closer so we can have a better view at what happens here on the charger. Nice to know also is that this charger is made with the latest safety stuff. That means if anything catch fires here, this plastic just melts together without making any flames. That's nice. And I want to show you something over here. Look at how economic in power this stuff is. It's already on to a minute before it shoots down when you unplug it. So to go in programs, like anytime, it's easy. You have a knob to go in, a knob to go out, and up and down. That's how it works. A or B here, if you're loading together, you have all the screenplays. You can go only to A or B. You have here the voltage, and if you go up here or down here, you have almost from the rest. And if the battery is plugged in here, even while you're charging, you have your resistance from each cell. That's also something nice I really like. To go in deprogramming or setting, just have to let your finger on the knob, and here you have the charge setting, the system parameters, the task programmation, calibration from A to B, self-check from the system, system info, and anytime a way to go back here. So it's really easy to use. And if you go here to task parameter, sorry, here, you can change the safety timer, the capacity limits. In the system parameters, you can change language, maximum input, output power, the alarms, the backlights, the volume, all the stuff you need. And if you choose one output and let your finger on the knob, you go, sorry, no, it's wrong. It's wrong. Select task, you just have to pull one time on it. Here, you can choose your battery type, lithium polymer, lithium ion, lithium iron, or nickel metal hydride. You can no more charge nickel cadmium batteries, and you can no more charge lead batteries, because lead batteries are on the way to disappear, and nickel cadmium battery also are no more any common. What I like that you still have lithium iron battery. There are not really many on the market, but I really like lithium iron battery for some simple reason. First of all, you have all the advantage from the lithium ion and lithium polymer. You have more power, even more power than lithium ion. Lithium ion can pull 20 amps out. Now new generation comes with 20 to 30 amps, but a lithium iron battery can pull way more out. Not so much as a lithium polymer battery, but really more than a lithium ion. Weight's a little heavier than a lipo battery, but you have the plus size from the nickel metal hydride. That means the battery can be downloaded without cutoff. That's nice for children. And you have no memory, unlike nickel metal hydride. And you have not like on lithium polymer, but almost like it, you have constant power a time long before the battery goes down in voltage. And then, how I say, you can no risk to go to over disload the battery and have any risk. That's why Tamiya choose a lithium iron type for the little cars. But how I say, you don't find any much of them or with nice capacity. I hope to see more for this lithium iron battery. How it's really nice for crawler, for kids car and all that stuff. So then you can choose your maximum voltage. Clearly you can also load here lithium high voltage cell to 4.35. That's clear. But here you see you can select the task you want, and if you go to enter here, you can go to charge, discharge, storage, balance. You can only just balance with this charger, so you can choose if you put a battery on with 390 on each cell and one cell is to 380. You can choose here 380 and the charger gonna discharge all cell to 390. Or if one is down more than the others, you can any time also pull that up to have a balanced battery, just if you want to store it to side. Storage function, load or disload automatically. If you plug a full battery on, it's gonna disload. If you put downloaded battery on, it's gonna load it to the storage. You have external discharge and digital power output. That's what I tell you before. And here we can change from 7 to 24 volts and up to 50 amps. But don't forget, if you want to pull no, here it's okay. So that way you can do it. Sorry, I mix up myself. So here you have this 50 amps, but if you want to plug A and B together in parallel to load the big battery up to 22, 24, 23 amps, you need to have an external DC with up to 800 watts, 700 or 800 watts to have enough power to do that. So I think it's a really nice little charger for a nice price. Here in Europe we can get it about 150 euros with all the wires you need. It's not gonna work if you have XT90. Okay, you have to do yourself a plug or get one if you're not lead yourself. So I'm gonna just put the maximum power at this charge. Select task, we're gonna go to charge, 50 amps, and start charging. Without balancing charger, that's why I want to told you before, I forget it. That's one point I dislike on this charger. You can put this at the wrong side, but you see it's absolutely safe, nothing happens. You can put it the wrong side, you can put it or left or right if it's not a 6S. You can put even those two wires on the wrong side. The charger anytime will stop and tell you something is wrong, you see. So we're gonna turn it. Oh, it's normal. I have set it to 6S, and that's another negative point. It's not the big stuff, but the charger don't tell you what's wrong. It just tell you something's wrong, and then you have to search by yourself. That's something I like. It's the other chargers, when you do something wrong, it tell you what's wrong. You see, I really try in any case to do something wrong. He just discovered it. It's not an issue. You see no way to do something wrong at this charger, and that's the nice thing. So if you have any interest in this charger here in Europe, I put the link below the video. If I miss something, if you misunderstand something, just ask me, please. I even for the moment not test it. It's just the unboxing. We discovered it together. I was really happy to see this small size because I personally have 6 or 7 chargers here using parallel board at each charger because I have 50 or 60 lipos to load when I come back from the field. And that's why I have so much charger. And even if I'm happy with the old ones, anytime try something new, and I feel the need to go it because a simply thing. I have here old Carrosserie TS60 charger. This charger is good. Proof that they are good, they are 12 or 13 years old now, or more. Sorry, they are 20 years old now, and I bought it in 2000 and something. So they are still working, but the safety and this charger are way from this one. And this old charger, if you plug something the wrong way, it's a problem. If you unplug, if you have any kind of distortion while charging, you have a problem. And this new type of charger, more precise, the battery can live longer with more precise charge, and especially the resistance meter on the charger. And it's really cool to also have something, because it works with the electricity. Something goes wrong, you know this charger not gonna catch fire. It's just gonna melt down like in Roger Rabbit. I miss just something else also at the charger, and what I miss is an on-off knob, because I have 6 or 7 chargers. I don't want to plug and unplug anytime I want to use one. I clearly use on-off knobs at my multi-system, but I really prefer to get one on-off knob at each charger, so I can just use that I want, because I not anytime use all in a row. So guys, stay tuned for the testing. We're gonna take 3 or 4 type of lipo and only load it for a few times, maybe 50 or 100 times with this charger, to see if something happens. I'm confident, I know nothing gonna happen. That's why I use chaînes. Guys, have a nice day.